What's up, everybody? I want to talk about Ray Caruth because it's a hot topic and everybody's talking about it right now, okay? Ray Caruth was released from prison yesterday, and he was released with a bunch of mixed feelings from the public, to say the least, okay? He has served, 17 years. He's done his time. He's paid his debts to society, but I still don't want to see him free, okay? So not only is he out, but he's also seeking custody of his son. Yes, his son that he tried to kill, okay? Now let me get into this backstory because I know that this story is old and a lot of people don't remember it or don't know about it at all, okay? The only way I know about it is because I am like a TV junkie, and I caught an episode of Fatal Attraction, and guess who was on there? Ray Caruth killing his girlfriend. So let's jump into this 1999 horror story. Okay, guys, let's first talk about Ray. In 1999, he was playing for the Carolina Panthers. He was a problematic player from the start. Let's just say that, okay? Let's get on to the main character, Sherika, which was his girlfriend that he actually murdered in 1999. Now, getting into the backstory of Sherika, she worked at a mortgage company in Charlotte, North Carolina, and she met Ray at a pool party, and they had an on and off relationship for a couple of years. When Sherika got pregnant, though, Ray was like, nah, and wanted her to get an abortion, which she said, no, hell no. But the reason he wanted her to get an abortion is because he was out doing his own thing, okay? He was traveling, he was cheating, let's just keep it a buck. Because of this, Ray and Sherika were just on and off, on and off. They just couldn't seem to get it together. And on November 16th, 1999, he called her up pretending to be all nice and wanting to reconcile and was like, let's go to a movie, let's go on a date, whatever. But you drive your car and I'm gonna drive my car. Okay, guys, so after the movie, she was in his car. No, she was in her car. I'm sorry. He was in his car and he's like, follow me back to my place and we can talk some more. So that's what she was doing. She was following him back to his place in Charlotte. She stopped behind him because he came to a halt. Another car pulled up alongside of her, shot 5 times into her BMW that she was driving. 4 of the bullets hit Sherika in the drive-by shooting. Sherika was at this point, you guys, 9 months pregnant. None of the bullets hit her son, but her blood was his blood. As blood poured from the wounds, he began to suffocate. Somehow, though, Sherika was able to call 911 and tell her, look, my boyfriend, Ray Caruth, he plays for the Carolina Panthers. We were on a date. He shot me. He left me here to die. Or he had somebody shoot me and he left me here to die. She was able to tell that whole story. So the ambulance comes and gets Sherika, and Chandler was born later that night by emergency C-section. Caruth was arrested on Thanksgiving Day. He would later panic and try to jump bail after Sherika died. Yes, she did die a couple of weeks later. But the FBI found him 500 miles away, hiding in the trunk of another woman's car at a Best Western motel in Tennessee. The trunk also contained almost $4,000 and 2 bottles full of Caruth's urine. Okay, so let me break this down. Some lil hoochie that he was hoonching on was helping him try to escape and get away, and he was hiding in the trunk because he's on the FBI's most wanted list. And by the 2 bottles of urine, I'm gonna say that he was probably in this trunk for 12 hours or more. It's just absolutely ridiculous, disgusting. And do you really think you were going to get away with it? Like, you're the most famous person on the earth right now because you're the most wanted man in America right now, and you really think that you're going to get away and your side chick is going to help you? This is one reason why I cannot stand a side chick. Needless to say, him and the gunman who actually shot her, which I won't even be naming here because he's not worth it, were found guilty, okay? And we hadn't heard anything from Ray until 2001. He actually came out in 2001 and said that he was innocent and that the shooter acted on his own. And let me tell you something else, okay? Chandler's grandmother that he lives with says that Ray has not tried to contact his son. Nobody on Ray's side of the family have ever tried to contact the son or, you know, the parents, okay? It's like bitter on both ends and nobody want nothing to do with anybody. And let's just say that his son now has a handicap that he's going to have to live with for the rest of his life because his dad was trying to kill his mom and abort him the only way that he thought he could, because he didn't want to pay child support and he wanted to live this lavish lifestyle of a single football player. That ain't how the world works. You man up, you take responsibilities for your actions, okay? So I just don't see why when you get out of jail, you want to make all this hooping and hollering and saying that you want custody of your son. He actually said that his son needs to be with his mom and his dad. And since he can't be with his mom, he needs to be with me. He can't be with his mom because you savagely took his mother from him. And I just don't like how you're trying to get out and be bossy, okay? It's not going to happen, okay? The grandmother who's been taking care of him for his entire life is never going to agree to give you any kind of custody. I don't even know if you'll get visitations. And I don't think that you deserve them, honestly. He doesn't know you. You're a stranger. If you have never tried to contact anybody until a couple of weeks ago, yes, a couple of weeks ago, this same month of October, he decided to write her a letter, the grandmother this is, a 15-page letter apologizing and saying how he wants to be in his son's life. You haven't thought about this lady for 17 years. She has grieved in silence because you ain't picked up the phone to see how your son was. So I'm not understanding why you feel the need to hoop and holler and write 15-page letters when you know you're about to get out. I'm pretty sure he's somewhere drunk right now, but that's neither here nor there. I just really want to spark dialogue on if you guys think that he should have any kind of custody over his son, because he's out of jail now saying that he wants to have custody of his son, and his son is handicapped, and the grandmother said that he can dress himself a little bit, he can feed himself sometimes, but everything isn't 100% there, and it never will be because he has cerebral palsy, and it's just a sad situation, honestly. He's gonna have to have a caregiver for the rest of his life, probably. But you guys, I just want to say, bless this family, and here's Sherika's 911 call, and you guys leave comments. Let's start an open dialogue and tell me what you think.
Where are you at, babe?
I'm 8 months pregnant.
How'd this happen?
I was following my baby's daddy, Ray Caruth, the football player.
Where's he
He
at?
was in the